Good morning, welcome to Morning Review. This is Kim speaking on Thursday the 27th of October. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, the euro pushed up yesterday back into the daily 8 and failed again. And at the moment, I'm wondering whether we'll see a continuation of the down of this failure or not. I was just sort of drawing in my mind, I was just drawing this trend line across there. If it starts breaking down in that picture, it does really fit the bear flag sort of picture we're seeing here. So if it does break on that, I'd be looking for further downside. At the moment, upside I'm finding a little bit more difficult to read, although perhaps from this 60-minute intermediate chart there, if we see a break back above the daily pivot, we could be looking for the long side and then be trading back up towards yesterday's highs. The 200 has already been hit, so whilst it may provide some temporary resistance, I think the S3 is really and the weekly pivots more likely to provide some resistance to the upside there. But if we can break through these levels, yesterday's highs and that's R1 could be on the cards. Cable again. Well, looking bigger picture, it's yesterday almost a bit of an inside day, little tiny pivot swing we've actually produced there. So break of yesterday's highs, well, we could see a bit more continuation. But we've got key data coming out this morning at 9:30. We've got the UK GDP figure. Now this is absolutely, I think everyone's sitting watching for this figure, and it could mean we get a bit of a quiet morning on the pound until 9:30, unless traders are going to sell into the news or buy into the news. We'll see. But for now, it's expected to come in at 0.3 versus 0.7 previous, which was corrected. The previous was corrected. I think that's corrected upwards. Yeah, it's corrected upwards from 0.6. Last time the figures beat, and we saw quite a rally in the pound. If we can beat figures again this time, well, we could see quite a strong rally. But any failure would see the pound sold very significantly. So we just need to watch for that. The easy side for the downside, really for me, is a break of the trend of the lows here on this hourly picture. We managed to push up pretty well yesterday, running into the previous day's highs. Targets I was looking for there, but today, well, at the moment, I'm sort of looking at potential downside now. Of course, I've got to wait until this 7 o'clock candle finishes, and it may break the trend before 8 o'clock, in which case I'll just wait and see post 8 o'clock the potential. But really, I think we should be looking towards 9 o'clock for taking the trades there, unless something sets up really well beforehand. Dollar yen. Well, the dollar yen's been pushing up again, so we've seen a bit of a continued weakness running through today as well. It had that sort of failure there at the highs on the 25th. It sold off really quite quickly, consolidated, but pushing back up towards that sort of level. And it's pretty much similar picture here. I don't really like trend lines across such a wide gap in the middle here, but it looks like, well, if it pushes up beyond this, it's a confirmed buy in effect. There's more and more. The expectation is the US are going to increase interest rates. I do wonder how much more we're going to be seeing in terms of the dollar gaining on that benefit, because it's been bought in for some time now, but I guess the others are not going to do anything but possibly reduce rates, and it gives the dollar a little bit more strength for now at least. But if the dollar strength continues, well, we could see it break the upside. For me, the yen isn't particularly a great trade today. The target's almost to where I would be looking at early targets, and certainly secondary targets just at Tuesday's highs. So no great targets there. Aussie dollar. Well, the Aussie dollar once again yesterday rallied up in the early Asian session on the data, but couldn't hold on to its gains and sold off yet again. So again, this sort of area, I mentioned it yesterday, you could run into this area of supply, and as soon as it gets there, the longer term outlook isn't pretty for Australia at the moment, and there's still talk of potential rate cuts. Now, that's coming in, I think, next week, the Reserve Bank of Australia. So if that was to be the case, we would probably see the bottom of this wedge taken out. But there's a bit of time for that yet. But at the moment, it's been hard selling. The momentum easing off a little bit at the moment, but it did, as I said yesterday, get particularly overbought in the earlier stage. That's worn the signal of overbought has worn itself off now. Pretty much sold off for most of the day. Real weakness there. For me to sell into this, well, it makes us just looking at considering some more. Don't particularly want to be selling into it from where it is. I'd like to see that daily pivot taken out always, but it's moved so much already. Again, it may just pop down to its S1, in which case it would nullify any trade for me today. Looking at the Canadian dollar. Now, this is the momentum of this move up is slowed up at the moment, and it's sitting around that sort of key 134 area. No divergences, not overbought or anything on these higher time frames. In fact, I mean, I was talking about this yesterday as we was trading, and it's looking at this sort of area, these prior highs here running across, and just waiting for a breakout. We did break out. Oil then. The figures came in and gave oil a shot in the arm. Saw the retracement there, but then rallied back, and it's following through there. So it's can't hold on to its gains from the benefit of oil. And well, what's oil doing? All right, it's now there was the benefit, and oil's given back its gains as well. So there we go. It's reflected strongly into the price of the Canadian dollar. Have got an untouched daily pivot below. Would like to see that hit, but at the moment it's looking bullish there. A bit of a flag performing, and it's air kissed the 6021s here, but it seems to be wanting to go anyway. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. As I said, the key data really out this morning is the GDP figure for the UK. This afternoon we've got the US core durable goods figures coming out at 1:30. Now, that particular number can be a bit variable, and the markets don't overreact to it generally, but no doubt we'll see a bit of volatility about 1:30. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.